Well,
You
thank you
got it.
for coming on my show, Clark.
Hey, Rochi, it's being an honor, man. Here
And
to get
what
here
can
and
you
coming to
tell
the show.
everybody about yourself?
Well, I'm from Miami,
Hmm.
of Venezuelan origin, and my parents are from Venezuela. Um, I started acting since I was like younger, teenage time, but I stopped doing acting when I was 18, 17, 19, 20 years old, and then I was focused on like more into my martial arts training and everything. And I came to Miami like 20 years ago, and I met a couple people that work in the film industry in
Hmm.
Miami, because Miami is a little different. Here is like we work both worlds at the same time, English and
Right.
Spanish. So we work the film side and we work the telenovela side, which you see in Telemundo and Univision and all those uh all those stuff. I'm an actor, filmmaker, martial artist for a long time, for 30 years. And I work on a couple, I'm actually having a movie coming out as a director, and I work on a couple movies as well with some well-known LA people too.
That's amazing. And what are the well-known LA people that you know?
I work with Tom Sizemore. I work with Eric Roberts, Christian DePaul, uh, DePaul, Costas Mandalore.
It's amazing.
Uh, yeah, yeah. And
And
also I
how
work.
and when did you realize you wanted to get into acting?
Well, I realized when I was very young because I always admired Jean-Claude Van Damme and I admire like Chuck Norris, and I got attracted to the film industry, and then I started study acting, and then my coach was telling me to learn the method and told me I had to film a reel, but he wanted me to charge me like $1,200, and I started filming everything with my smartphone with the co-op with other actors. And then I got a scholarship with the academy, and I was in the same moment I was starting acting. I studied filmmaking and film production at the same time. And because some of my reels that I done on Instagram, I got featured in Vice Network 2000, 2018, 2017 actually.
Okay. It's amazing.
Vice Network.
And
And
what do you like about acting so far?
well, what I like about acting is the process. It's the whole process. You had to think like a character, you had to dress like a character, you had to research the backstory, not rely only on the script, because you need to be in those shoes for that very moment. Forget that you are the person who you are. That's not the whole idea. The whole idea is to be somebody else. And I do a lot of research. I do a lot of like if I need to find something psychological or some chronic problems, I had to go to those people and watch them, and then when I got all this information, I go back to the script, start thinking like the role, like the character, and I start like thinking like the character, and getting into that, and walking like the character, and then in the role.
Right. Right. And how many films and TV shows have you performed up till now?
I have 15 credits in IMDb. I work a couple movies and telenovelas. So
Mhm.
I'm from Miami. I work in a movie called The Praetorian with Tom Sizemore and some other local film actors here from Florida. Actually, it
And
was from my
you're
late director, Nelson Ricardo.
and if
Here,
you're currently in Miami, Florida.
yeah, I'm from Florida. Yeah, Miami, Florida.
And
Yeah,
how's the
but we
film?
filmed that movie in Stewart,
Mhm.
up north, passing West Palm Beach. Then I work another project with Eric. I worked 2 projects with Eric Roberts. I work one is called Tasmanian Devil, boxing movie.
Mm-hmm.
I work and also other with Eric Roberts that I work directly with him as well. And my lead director, I work in one called Diaries of a Vampire Stalker. And the cast is some other people that work in Bloodline from Netflix. And then I work in other movies. It's called right now it's called the Land of Faust.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen DePaul and Costas Mandylor and Bailey that she worked in The Crow with Jet Li.
Right. Amazing. Which roles have you played in the past that you like the most?
Um, well, there are a bunch of roles. Like I done more is supporting actor more than anything else. But I have a main role that's supposed to come out. It's called The Wake.
Mm-hmm.
That which is my first main role. I'm waiting to my director tell me when it's coming out. And it's about that movie. That production is one of the most challenging because it's a guy who's opposite of my personality. Drunk, fat, he doesn't take care of himself, um, treats like trash his wife. His wife was like another woman abandoned by another guy, toxic situation. And he's so toxic and how you say that, like he doesn't give a shit that the kids kill each other because they found a gun hanging somewhere in the house. So it's a mess. It's called The Wake.
Wow, that's and when was it filmed and where was it filmed?
That was filmed in West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And then I worked another movie. Yeah.
how long did it take for you to film?
How long took me? Like a week,
A week. Okay.
16 hours straight.
Wow, 15 hours on set.
Yeah. You know,
Long time.
sometimes the cameras and, the time the producer or director want to the view and everything they want. You know how it is. And I work another one for Amazon Prime with another film director from West Palm Beach. It's called Leo Levar. One called Backlash.
Hmm.
And he did also another film called Sick Mind, which also I'm part of as well
Right.
in Prime. And I work with some, with South Florida, most of the biggest South Florida people actors from South Florida. And I work then novelas. I work for Telemundo. Because believe me or not, Telemundo is part of NBC.
Right, right. And,
So it's like pretty much now Spanglish. So main
mhm,
characters now need to speak both.
right.
And supporting actors, if they speak only English, they just go speak English only. The judge, the attorneys, FBI, police. Actually, I have 2 more projects coming in Telemundo, Juego de Mentiras, which is a novela in Spanish. Another one, actually, that one, Juego de Mentiras, I did, it's a bilingual role as a paramedic based in LA.
Hmm. And have you been to LA?
No, not yet, but I will go there.
Right. And you said, I'm not sure if I asked you this, are you working on any current project at this moment?
Well, right now, I just finished my last 2 projects with Telemundo,
Hmm.
which is coming to Netflix in a month. That's what I heard. And my main role coming out, and I don't know when my director told me when it's coming out. And I'm also launching another film as a director on April 15th.
I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah, is because what happened is during my transition, during my training as an actor, I was learning filmmaking, but I started using smartphones to make movies.
Hmm.
So that movie is my second movie as director. I filmed that entirely on smartphone, Samsung S21s and Sony Xperia, because Sony has online smartphones,
Right.
and they film in 4K with same Sony colors, and drone and everything with a crew that I work with and people I worked previously in the film industry and novelas.
That's amazing. What's your greatest strength as an actor?
Well, I believe I don't know if it's a great strength, but I like to take challenges.
Hmm.
Because if I don't take those challenges, I will look the same. And I persist until I make a very different role. Because if not, I don't want to do it.
Right.
I'm willing and persisting. Because what happened with the film industry is this: if you cannot wait for the role come to you. You cannot
Mhm.
wait for the manager. You cannot wait for the agent. You have to keep doing reels. You need camera time. You need video. You need to promote yourself and also co-op with other actors. And
Right.
that's the style I've been doing. Even though I go to auditions, and if I don't take them, I make time to network with people, many people that probably will limit something in the future. Same thing if I get taken, I met some other people from the inside. And I was a key success for me, networking and meeting new people, because when I was working in an American movie in English
Mhm.
here, when I went to Telemundo, hey, dude, what are you doing here? Like the same people doing sound, lights, like it's like the same people, English or Spanish here. And like the main characters looking like, this dude? Like, because they work in the Spanish novelas from Mexico and from Puerto Rico and Venezuela and all these, like, oh yeah, I know him. We work in American movies. And that make that I think success for me is make the connection, empathy with other production people, know like the position you have to take as an actor and the
Mhm.
details, take care of the details and make sure everybody's teamwork, and that's something that you got to do and be humble at the same time and like, hey, cool, hey, how you doing, people feel cool in the end, and then you never know when you're gonna see them
Mhm.
again.
Mhm. And it's good, it's good to make connections in this entertainment industry. You know, that's the way to make friends.
Oh yeah.
100%. I totally agree with you. What do you believe is the most challenging aspect of being an actor?
Well, there's a lot of challenges because if you if you do just acting is not enough. You need to keep training, keep updating yourself all the time. You need to study, and you need to have the entrepreneurship spirit to be able to do that. Because I see many actors struggling for real, like very bad.
Right.
So that's why many of them become producers and many of them make business using their
Hmm.
acting skills, because acting is selling.
Right. 100%. Totally agree with you. Um, what what do you say is your greatest accomplishment so far as being an actor?
One of my biggest accomplishments, well, be seen on screen in the film festival, and be able to also to work with well-known people
Hmm.
uh, that been doing it for years. I believe that,
Hmm.
and I believe dreams too can come true.
Oh yeah, 100%. If dreams, I believe dreams can come true as well because if you work hard and you keep, going your passion, if this is your passion, you keep going, you keep opening the door and opening the door and opening the door. You don't look behind you, right? And you never know because I always tell people you never know where you're going to see yourself in 5 years. So you just keep going and going and going. And this is another true thing. It's like passion for me is a big deal. Okay. It's like you can choose friends. And it's very scary when people hear me say this. Is like, what do you mean choose friends? I said you can either have friends who say, "Oh, I support you," but they really don't
Hmm.
support you in this industry, right? Or you have friends that say, "We support you, so proud of you," and they say all these great things. That's what you want to choose, right? But it all comes down to yourself. You
Hmm.
one. that has to pick. Yourself is the one that's going to pick. It's not about your friends they're going to pick for you. Your friends are going to be there, but you're the one. And I always tell people, you have to decide, is it A friends or is it going to be B friends or C, right? And it's
True, true. And you see when the bad things happen, when the real needy situation happen, you know who your real friends are.
100%, 100%. Because
And
you
I seen it, man. I
happen in
seen
this
it.
film industry.
I help actors to get a role, you know, in the movie that I work with these people. And you can you believe me? They turned me down because the director was paying cheaply because it was a low budget film, and they let me down. The people let me down. Oh no, yeah, why not with you? No, no more.
Yeah, and you know,
You know,
it's sad, unfortunately, but we are here in this entertainment industry. We are supporting each other. It doesn't matter where we live, what state we're living in. We're all in this together, and that's the thing.
that
Passion
is true.
is important. We are here to connect and help each other in this entertainment industry. From myself, from film directors, from producers to actors and actresses to singers, we're all here to support each other. And then
That is true.
if there's a role, you always communicate to another person and say, hey, we may have a role for you, right? It doesn't matter if it's a high budget or low budget, medium budget. It's a role
Yeah,
that you may get. And if you get it, that helps you.
yeah. It depends. You know, and I know there's many good people out there. You know, hardworking and they're very thankful. But some people have they get the fame into the head. You know, they're like the big ego. Like, hey, you know what? It's okay, man. You know,
Yeah.
and also my motto is if it's no opportunity there, you have to create it, and that's why I studied filmmaking and I started doing reels every time. Doesn't matter what kind of reel, filming,
Right.
edit, color, and then put it there. You never know.
Never know, right? Never know. And it's like I totally agree because there are people out there who have the ego. And don't let that get to you. And I always tell people, this is not a competition. We're here to support each other in this entertainment industry. 100%. And that's the thing. Passion, passion, passion. Um, do you have any funny or interesting stories behind the scenes or on set?
Uh, yeah, like doing stunts. I mean, I'm trying to think because that's a really good question. Well, in doing the novela, you know, the girl was supposed to be dead, bleeding out, and then actually she's knees, and I'm like, oh my God, but you're not supposed to be dead. And you know, yeah, she became a zombie because of like the makeup, and we were laughing about it. And the director
Uh,
was like laughing his head off. Yeah, okay, let's get serious. You know,
oh, very
but
funny.
things like that.
Um, do we, is there something we should know about you that nobody knows about except your family?
Well, no, no, I think it's not much mystery. I like action films. I like also historical films as well. And I also I'm very tech oriented type of guy because I got a vision.
Hmm.
But it's not like it's not secret, but like I told you, I make this movie with smartphones, and I knew in 2014 because I was doing experiments with the phone, and back then it used to be micro USB, and I realized all the same computer gadgets work. I was like, what the hell is this? And then I start doing same film methods, and then I started like working with editors and stuff, and it's like this shit works. So people were making fun of me in 2015, 2016. No, because I wasted time. That's not professional. People were angry at me. No, I spent 8K, $1,000 for a camera and 6,000 for the lens. Okay, that's on you, man. I don't have the money. And then I started using um the phone with the same how you say that 21.9 aspect ratio with the
Hmm.
film color, and put separate audios, and I use like audio recorders, with USB, and then connected to the phone, and then make all the reels from there. And but when I seen this thing growing, because Apple is doing that too, but I did this more in Android. I believe it will be a parallel industry,
Hmm.
because not everybody has the money to buy those cameras, and not everybody has like the budget sometimes to work with those
Hmm.
big ass cameras and a bunch of producers. And I believe that industry is not exploded yet, but it will explode, because it will create a new generation of high quality films. Parallel, it will not replace a traditional industry, but it will create a parallel industry.
Right.
And I see the future. So uh I believe I believe for me, success is like to persist, to work in new projects, to make it look as professional, and the colors and the imagination to make something new, so people can connect with the story, and with the same quality and saying everything, that you see in a film, and the same how you said that. But the only difference is you have control of the cast, you got more control of the production, you don't have to use that much space. And until that will help me to lead me to a bigger role
Hmm.
in the big company. And I think it's
100%.
that persistence. Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Um, Without giving anything away, what's your favorite dialogue line?
Well, I did a character, Colombian character, that from Medellin.
Hmm.
So they speak like this. They say, my friend, they used to call me Cochi Loco, Crazy Pig. You mess with me, I kill your ass and the whole entire family. I just want to make sure those feds don't get around and the boats in Miami, because I got the fast boat. You got the merchandise in time, with the Colombian Medellin accent, like Pablo Escobar type.
Right, right.
Yeah. And like it's like it's funny at the same time, because the accent, but the intention that the guy has, and suddenly I can speak like Cuban. Well, vaya, vaya chico, I'm going back to Miami Day. And they had different roles, different characters.
Right.
But I always have fun, like doing roles. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
Well, that's good, and you're in a great state because Miami is the film industry is big there. And I you can correct me, but it's growing.
Yeah, yeah, because we got now I mean, Dade County, they reinstated the film law,
Hmm.
and Broward County too. It's not general in the whole state for now, but is they have the film law. So film law basically is when the film company or production company spends, they have,
Hmm.
for example, they has two tier, the 250,000 tier and the $1 million tier. So it's up to 30% tax. Um,
Amazing.
Deduction. Broward County has to be from Broward County, which is Fort Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale area. And they're doing a lot of novelas right now. They're doing novelas, and the Warner Brothers did Bat Monkey 2,
Hmm.
and they've been filming some other projects right now. In here in Miami right now. This very moment now.
That's amazing. I'm so glad that film industry is growing in Miami.
Where you based from?
I'm in Oklahoma City.
Oh, nice. I work with a film director from there too.
Hmm.
Brian Oakley. I
Ryan.
don't know if you know him.
No, I do not know him.
I work with him. He's from that. He's actually from there, and he came to South Florida because we made like a short film.
That's I no, I do not know that name, but maybe I have, and I it may be just someone probably mentioned it to me, but it went by so fast that I didn't, didn't pay attention. So um but if you mind me asking, I'm sorry, I have a hard time. I can't hear you right now. No.
Can you hear me with this one?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because I have the two lap set, so thank God if I have the two, and I put the thing to charge, but one ran out, and then I
No,
got the
that's okay.
replacement.
Well, like I said, what age did you start acting again?
18.
Okay, 18. Okay. Well, I can't wait for more projects for you to do.
Yeah.
You know, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself working in bigger projects,
Hmm.
or directing projects myself, because I like to direct too. I like both
That's good.
because I'm very creative, really, really creative, and I got a couple ideas from some other movies. But the ideas I got is a little bit different because it goes. My approach is not gonna be the traditional Hollywood film type,
Hmm.
but it's gonna be more like approach with technology. And I think is for what I see myself directing and also acting too. But I like to create, unique things.
Wow. I can't wait to see your films and all your projects that you have.
Well,
And
come to South Florida, man. I'm gonna make an event on the 15th. Um, I'm gonna make the event here on the 15th here in Doral,
hmm
Miami, and I'm going to put this movie called Ami Ritmo. It's my reading in English, but it's more like a Miami-based story. If people here speak of Spanglish, but the movie is in English entirely. We filmed this on the phone, and we filmed this in the pandemic. Um, and it's about um dancer and actress that trying to get into the film industry. She finds her old friend that she's a well-known radio host and producer, and she gets into a party with a bunch of people from the industry. So she meets this famous producer that he used to be a former actor for telenovela, and he actually gets interested in her, but not like to really, really like her
hmm
to be the host. But that's like not he didn't say that in the beginning, but he's a womanizer. And she goes and she got a sudden call from the guy, and she gets called like to get a role on a big TV station, and she realizes not what it is. And but in the end she finds another opportunity, which I portrayed another director that give her a musical. And I work with actors from both industries and musicians, singers from reggaeton, República Dominicana, Dominican Republic, sorry, people from Miami. Oh, what happened?
Oh wow.
Oh,
And
from Dominican Republic, and hip hop and music, and it's a melting pot.
right.
So it's an IMDb
Amazing.
as well.
That's what I love about Miami, the film, like, film industry. You can make films about in Spanish and in English, and you have hip hop and all the dancing and all that stuff. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's a melting pot, I mean, like people have fun, and they're very open, and it's different, man. It's different. You have to go to Calle Ocho, which is 8th Street over there in Little Havana, and they have like all Cuban food, and they make the carnival, and it's a whole different character. I
That's
can say.
amazing. Amazing. Well, like I said, I appreciate you coming on my show, and I would love to have you back on my show, and I can't wait for you to talk about more about your projects and your film directing and all the wonderful stories and the journeys for you in the film industry.
Oh no, Rochi, it's been my pleasure, man. I really appreciate you. I'm very thankful. Thankful. I wanna say hello to his audience. He's an amazing guy. I wanna thank you, and I hope I added value to your audience as well. And I hope I meet soon in person, man.
Yes, yes. And of course, I would love to have you back on my show. We'll definitely stay in touch and we'll talk soon.
All right, man. You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Bye.